Hello.
As usual, little glitch at the start, but what have you? That's part of our charm. Welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up for this video. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you are alerted every time we release new content. Today we are doing TCZ news, and on the docket today we're going to be talking about Erika Jayne from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and we're also going to be talking about the return of a favorite. The Real Housewives of Potomac released their trailer, and they will be returning for season 6. And as we all know, Monique Samuels is no longer with the cast, but they have a new cast member by the name of Mia Thornton. So very excited to hear more about her. But let's bring up the article that we found on poor little Erika. She is feeling like she's the scapegoat. What's your thoughts on the reality blurb article?
I just don't see how she's a scapegoat. How can she be blamed for her husband's issues? No one's blaming her. They're just saying she probably knew something about it and is not being compassionate towards the victims. It has nothing to do with being a scapegoat. So I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Well, to be fair, I don't think she verbally said it. Did she? Oh no, she did write it in the caption. So it all stems from this image of poor little Erika being crucified while screaming Balenciaga. And then the earrings say widows and orphans.
Hmm.
This is deep. This is real deep, y'all. But I believe in the caption, the pretty mess puts scapegoat. Oof.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
that was
know.
just. She should have left that alone.
I would have too. Um, I would have been of the opinion that I didn't want to bring more attention to myself or the situation, if that makes sense.
Right.
Especially considering I'm not the lawyer. I'm not the one who did this. I'm only associated by marriage. I don't know. But
I
it
mean,
is
she's just trying
a
to. I mean, my thing
no,
is, it
go
looks
ahead.
really bad. Sorry, it makes you look really bad to try to paint yourself as a victim when they're real victims of your husband's dealings.
Is there another way that this drawing could be interpreted? Because the earrings with widows and orphans is like really throwing me off, and her screaming Balenciaga. Um, I don't think this is very flattering to her and her situation. Or maybe I'm just misinterpreting this whole thing and reading too deep into it.
So it's not flattering to her, but it's one of those things you leave alone.
Mm. Poor Erica. Let's just stick to at the bottom of the article where there's another post by Kyle Richards. And everybody went to get manicures. So it's Lisa Renna, it's Erika Girardi, Teddy Mellencamp, Kyle Richards, and Dorit Kemsley. And they're all putting their hands together. And she says, through thick and thin. Why is Kyle still trying to get Teddy Mellencamp back on this show?
Right.
You know,
Yeah, that's all it is. She
I
says we're
just
still
found that this to
friends.
be, yeah,
Kyle says
yeah.
we're still friends. Like she could be on the show as my friend. Like you see, we do real things together. And she's friends with Dorit and Erica still too. That's all it is.
Through thick and thin, that comment is so weird. Well, anyway, let's see. Is there anything else that these desperate women are saying? Oh yeah, here's the other one. This time they show their faces. Ugh. Fox Force 5 After Dark. What does that mean?
They don't know either.
Oh, Jesus. Well, anyway, yeah, this is poor little Erika. Let's play that little violin for her. Our next story is about the Real Housewives of Potomac and their return. Gee, hold on. Let me see if I can refresh the page.
I'm excited for the new
Come on,
season because it looks
Variety. You should
interesting.
do better than this.
Interesting. We have a new young lady, Mia
Mm-hmm.
Thornton. She seems cool. Like, she has businesses. Like and her husband seem to be into philanthropy, I think. And also she
Mm-hmm.
went through, I guess, the foster care system. So that's going to be something we really haven't had on this show. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, and her husband's like 32 years older than her.
Mhm.
So he's even older than the Ray and Karen dynamic, isn't
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, that should be quite interesting as well. So they're coming back for season 6 starting it premieres on July 11th at 8 p.m. and they're getting a 75-minute show. That's going to be really exciting. So I think we have I'm not going to play the trailer. I don't want to get us in trouble, but the trailer
Right.
is really great. The trailer is one of the 2 articles that I linked in the description below.
Mhm.
It's this one from Variety, which is The Real Housewives of Potomac to return in July, uh, based on TV News Roundup. And then the other article, oh my God, this is just ridiculous with everything refreshing. This one is from Bravo itself. The Real Housewives of Potomac returns for season 6. Meet the new cast member. And this right here is the trailer, which I will not play, but it does include throwing food. I
Yeah.
think at Candace.
That's going to be hilarious.
Candace doesn't learn her lesson. My goodness.
Mm-mm.
But we see like Ashley is really having a tough time with a toddler plus a new baby and possible postpartum issues again. We have the introduction of Mia, the new character. We have Karen living her best life and causing strife amongst all of these ladies while doing a vow renewal with Ray.
Oof.
That's the kiss of death.
Yep.
You have Candace. She's going back to school and launching a music career, and her husband is her manager.
Hmm.
I,
Okay.
I,
Mm-mm.
he should just stick to the restaurant. Like, I don't think
Mhm.
they should be together all the time.
Mm-mm.
Stick to the restaurant and let her go and do what she wants to do. And then we have Dr. Wendy Osefo, and Giselle goes after her marriage.
Of
But I
course.
think this wake-up call for Dr. Wendy to figure out who our dear Giselle is. We see Robin. She seems to be in a bit of a funk, not having any motivation to do anything or go anywhere or do anything to herself. How is that different from any other season? But okay. And then Giselle. Is there anything happening with Giselle?
I mean, her relationship, I think.
I mean, anything that's real?
I mean, not that we know of. You know what I mean?
So she's just basically stirring the pot this season because I saw that tidbit about her saying, oh, long distance just isn't working. Well, he was just living in your phone.
Mhm.
So I would love it if Giselle would have something real on this season, but I just don't think that is in the cards. But everyone else seems to be interesting.
I agree. I totally agree
Mm-hmm.
because with Giselle, it's like she's really never had a storyline, like a real storyline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, who knows? We might be surprised. Do you think?
I mean, based on what we've seen so far, no. I mean, we have to go by history on this one because Giselle has never really had anything outstanding. Like even every Hue was a bust. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
Yeah.
That was exciting, but it got like liquidated. So it's like, okay, like, yeah, just no.
And I actually thought that that was a really good idea and viable. I really did. But why couldn't she make that work?
I was so confused. It was a very good idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it came at the right time because women of color were looking, for a broader spectrum of shades for their makeup, which has been lacking in the industry for decades. So, I mean, she looked like she was promoting it.
Hmm.
But anyway, thanks to Karen, she let us know that got liquidated. So yay! Or else we would have never known because this is what Giselle does. She glosses over things that about her that are not in the brightest of lights.
Of course, but it's weird that she doesn't mind being super messy, but when it comes down to like the real brass tacks of her life, like her business, like she just hides that. Like it's no shame. Like things happen. Like like people want to see like what happened to your business. They want to see like, well, what happened from the idea, which was really great, to the demise. Like
Hmm.
who did this to you, or were there things you didn't do, and what have you learned from the situation? But
Yeah.
she's not into teachable moments.
Mm. Interesting. Interesting. So, are you in for this season or no?
I mean, for me, yes, because Potomac has been good the last couple of seasons. Granted, we won't have Monique this season, but that's okay. I'm still going to watch because the new lady seems very interesting.
Let me ask you a question that's slightly off topic. Monique has been doing the binder time stories.
Hmm.
Do you think she'll be releasing more binder time stories while the season is running?
I wouldn't be surprised if part 3 didn't come out on the day of the premiere. That's just something
Why
messy I would do.
wait so long though?
I mean, what better shade would it be to release your binder times on the premiere of Potomac? Come on
True,
now.
I agree with you, but she's
Because
released
part
one and
three
two.
because part 3 may relate to the opening of season 6.
I just don't want to wait that long.
So here's the thing: you have to remember part 2 left off Monique, where the Binder Times was warning Wendy that Giselle would turn on her. Basically, that's where part 2 left off.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So it makes sense to wait.
But if you wait too long, you kind of like people kind of forget about you.
Yeah, no one's forgetting about that. They're still talking about parts 1 and 2.
I think she could drop a teaser in between. Just saying.
I mean, she could. I hope she does, but I could see her waiting, or I could see her waiting until say a month out to release it. That's when the buzz really picks up for the season. There's no real buzz for
Mm.
Potomac yet. You dropped the trailer, but they dropped the trailer so early, so it wouldn't make any sense to drop it too soon.
What did you think of them giving Dr. Wendy the promotion to narrating the trailer? I thought that was quite interesting.
I think it's a prelude because last season Monique did the narration. She was targeted. This season Wendy did the narration. She was targeted. So I wouldn't consider that um a big to do at this point.
I would, because if she's being targeted, that means that she is going to be the focus of this season, which means that she could get the chair next to Andy in the reunion,
I
which is the
mean, I'm not.
coveted chair.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, this is very interesting that it worked out this way. So we'll see.
Ooh, let's hope that she doesn't leave the show like Monique did.
Hmm.
Do you want to run the risk of playing the trailer or no?
Nah. Oh, no.
Well,
Bravo's
guys,
very particular.
the Bravo link is below in the description. You can go and watch it there if you haven't already seen it. So again, these were two like really interesting stories that we found. One on Erika Girardi. Am I saying her name right? Giraldi?
Girardi.
Girardi. Okay.
Hmm.
Erika Jayne, she thinks she's a scapegoat this season. I don't think so. I think she's being a little messy, and might be covering up for what she doesn't know. And then we have the return of the Real Housewives of Potomac this July the 11th at 8 p.m. with a 75-minute premiere episode. Their trailer, like Jamal said, was dropped a little bit early. Go and check it out and catch up on all of these magnificent ladies in the cast. Any final words, Jamal?
No, I think we're good. I think Erica just should stop talking and post and like responding to posts that don't favor her. And then with the Potomac ladies, I'm intrigued by season 6.
Yes, food throwing. You know, as much as we talk about food, we should be angry when people are throwing it away, but for some reason, it's kind of okay right now.
Mm.
All right, so let me stop sharing this. All right, my friends. So until next time,
Yep.
bye.
Bye.